Welcome to the Lion's Den, a place where you'll find men just talking. I'm your host, Renard, and today I have Damir with me. In earlier podcasts, I told you that I wanted to do a 5K walk during Men's Health Month, also and Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Well, Men's Health Month is June. Prostate Cancer Awareness Month is September. I know that I could not do this alone, so I had to partner because I'm such an infant in this arena that I didn't have the sponsorships or the contacts that I would need to bring the walk run, the 5K walk run, in a way that I wanted it presented. Lo and behold, I was introduced to a group in Philadelphia that actually has a 5K walk, and they're doing everything that I wanted plus. And at this point, I'm going to have Damir introduce himself.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Damir Finch, Executive Director for the National Center for Urban Solutions, as well as the African American Male Wellness Agency, which is our health and wellness extension to the organization. What we look to do is bring the clinic directly to the community in the most fun you can possibly have at a doctor's appointment in our initiative called Black Men's Wellness Day. So here in Philly, we have a goal of screening 5,000 free or conducting 5,000 free biometric health screenings this June, and we look forward to surpassing that.
Yeah, and that's great. And they're doing things that I didn't even think of. They have a kids zone. Also, ladies, we're not leaving you out either, because there's also screening for females at the event on June 6th. So it's June 6th, which is Men's Health Awareness Month. So, I mean, it just fits together so perfectly. So, Damir, could you tell us a little about how this program started?
Yes, sir. So this program started in Columbus, Ohio, by the man of a name by the name John H. Gregory, and he had the thought of putting something together for Black men in a positive and a very impactful way. And in his thought process with that, he was, looking at other communities and kind of trying to see what they do to mirror how they might have, better health outcomes than us and things that equate to that. One of the things that he came up with was they walk for everything, right? They walk for their dogs, they walk for just humanitarian reasons, they walk for all these myriad of different things. And he was like, we're gonna do a walk.
Yeah.
Right? So first year, they tried to put together a 5K, ended up being a 5-mile walk.
Yep. That's because they didn't know what a 5K meant, right?
Like infants in the game, really, like you said. So they ended up doubling up the 5K and doing a 5-mile walk. But it was so impactful that first year. They touched so many men. They all came back twofold. It was like, we got to do it again. We got to keep this going. So once they came back after the second year, he was like, we got to add another element to it. And that's where the preventative care came. So year 3 is when they started to have some of those health screenings and really make that event robust. So since 2004, this event has been going all across the country, trying to do their part to save Black men, or at least give them years back in their lives.
Okay. All right. So did Dr. Gregory, right?
Yes, sir.
Did he have a health concern that pushed him in this direction, or he just saw the need and filled it?
That's a great question. It's crazy that you asked without kind of even knowing. He didn't. Okay. Right? But he ended up going blind 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so through even him leading these health initiatives and journeys throughout the country, he did end up facing some form of health challenge, but it hasn't stopped him either.
Yes,
he hasn't
absolutely.
missed a day of work in 10 years,
Absolutely.
and the vision might have even got clearer for him. So not when he started it, but throughout the years, it's impacted so many individuals, and he became blind out of nowhere 10 years ago.
It's great that you said that about the vision, because although you have sight, that doesn't mean you have vision.
Exactly.
So that the vision just moves on. It's like the driving force within you.
Exactly. Yeah, yes, sir. So, like I said, we're doing it in over 20 different cities across the country. With Philadelphia proudly being one of the top marquee markets, if I must brag.
Okay.
And that event is happening June 6th. So last year we got a proclamation from Mayor Sherelle Parker, so that event will happen the first Saturday in June every year moving forward.
Oh, so every year moving forward is going to happen during Men's Health Month, Men's Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
Was that a tagline, or it just happened to be that date, or it was recognized that it's Men's Health Month, and therefore you decided to use that month?
It both working at the same time,
Okay.
where it fit into the mode. The proclamation came by surprise, but with us consistently having it on that first Saturday in June, it did kind of match up in that regard.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. So we're gonna want to bring this to Delaware in some form of
fashion.
fashion.
Oh yeah, we got to figure that out.
Yeah,
in the next, we're gonna put a next couple years.
Next couple years.
Yeah, yes,
okay.
sir.
Now we talked about Dr. Gregory, but how did you personally become involved in this organization?
Yeah, yes, sir. So originally, I'm from Columbus, Ohio, where
Okay.
the organization was founded. And right after college, I didn't have anything substantial going on, just kind of in between jobs, doing different things. And I was attending one of my little cousin's basketball games. We played for the same high school. Really rough time in my life, might I add, right?
Okay.
I'm dying for, a real good opportunity. So at my little cousin's basketball games, when I'm waiting for him to come out, I ended up meeting a man named Perry Gregory, which is John Gregory's son.
Okay.
He was talking to me about, the different opportunities that they present throughout the workforce. And he was just like, yeah, you should come down and interview. We're placing people at this company called Cover My Meds, starting out at $20 an hour. So in the position I was in, I was running to the interview.
Sound like $1 million.
Oh, it was gonna make me rich like that. So pulled up to the first interview, went extremely well. Invited me back for a second interview. Throughout the second interview, when we revamping my resume, they're like, yeah, we're probably not gonna have to send you over there. Would you like to come back and interview to work with us? And I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. And my third interview ended up being with Dr. John Gregory, which I didn't know he was the CEO and founder at the time. Just kind of walked into a room and interviewed with the CEO, and then got the job shortly after. And I would say that was in February of 2020. Pandemic shortly after.
Yeah.
So I got hired, let's say around February 18th, 2020. No more or no less than a month, the pandemic hit, coronavirus. And then I moved out to July. In July, I moved out to Philadelphia. So we got an opportunity to open up 2 offices in Pittsburgh and in Philly. And my boss presented the opportunity like, hey, you got a girlfriend? Are you married? You got any kids? Which I didn't have. I still don't. But I was like, no, I don't have any of those things going on. Nothing really tying me to the city. So it was like, you want to take an opportunity. I wasn't going to Pittsburgh, which I felt like was extremely boring and close to Columbus. And I didn't know anybody that lived in Philly, didn't have any relatives in Philly, but thought that it could be a great opportunity. So been out here since early July of 2020.
Yeah, Philly can be welcoming. It can be a warm city.
Yes, sir.
But, I'm going to put it out there. They don't always live up to that brotherly love.
Oh no,
They don't always live up to that. I mean, I love Philly. I'm not dissing Philly at all, but I'm a realist.
Philly got character.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little rough around the edges. Philly has
absolutely.
character, but I will say, like, if you stay out the way, or don't try to
mind your business.
Yeah, you mind your business, and you look for things that you're interested in.
Yeah.
You'll have a good time.
And you can find it. I mean, Philly has a multitude of things that you can do and different, and it's just
every day.
It's its own city. You can't look at it and say it's like New York. It's like this. It's its own.
And I struggle with that, because a lot of people will be like, it's a little brother or a little cousin to New York, and I'm like, No, you gotta spend some more time in Philly.
Yeah, no.
Completely different climates.
Yeah, it's its own.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's its own. Yeah, so I really like it. But like I said earlier, I wanted to do a 5K, and again, being an infant in the game, and you guys welcomed me with open arms when I reached out, and was able to. I don't know if I should use the term partner, but welcome me in so that I can now branch out, and I've been handing out the flyers here in Delaware. And
It sounds like a partnership to me.
yeah, yeah, and trying to get the word out and getting people to come out. I even offered the first 25 people that sign up, I would give them a Lions Den podcast T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
However, what the fact is, though, you have to actually show up to get the T-shirt. You can't just sign up.
You know what? And I got some space in which we can do that. Yeah, because I know we talked about you even having some people on the pod during the event. So that'll be a perfect space in which to, follow up on those requests.
Exactly.
Yeah, make good on those.
Yes. And the other thing, too, when I was looking at, to sign up, I wanted them to actually be able to sign up and
identify
the podcast. I couldn't. In Eventbrite, when they went in, they didn't see it. Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, and now that you say that, I'll look at it tonight and I'll see what we can do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good, man.
And I know you said you wanted to do a 5K. So what kind of led to that?
Well, it's because of my journey. The journey that I'm on. Like I said, it's a holistic approach to men's health.
Yeah.
So in the holistic approach, you talk about mind, body, and spirit and soul. So I want to work on every aspect. So the 5K would get people out walking.
Yeah.
It would be fellowship. If I could get the hospitals and the screenings done, that will be another added benefit for the community. So I just wanted to find ways to get the community together. To get out, move, fellowship, learn about healthy eating, learn about movement. Yeah. And you have a lot of people that say, I can't walk a 5K. I'm like, well, you could walk a block. You could walk a half block.
Right.
Just get started. Just move.
Yeah.
All you have to do is move. Get up from your living room and walk to your front door. Then maybe you can walk outside, but it has to be a gradual movement, for you to, there's no excuse that I can't. You can do something. There's chair exercise. You get up, sit down. So the whole purpose is to get people out to walk. And this journey led me to this podcast. Also, it led me to study now to be a health and wellness coach. I'm getting certified there, both board certified and certified through the organization that I'm working with to put programs together for people to actually move. I don't want to talk about it. I want to be about it. Yeah, we actually have to get out and move. And sedentary lifestyle is what is actually harming us, especially in your elderly environment. Many injuries come from falling.
Right.
Because they sat so long that their bodies are weak. Mm-hmm. Their midsection is weak, so they fall on, and can't get up, and that's an issue. And my goal is for people to live better, longer lives. And in doing so, you gotta move. Now, the other aspect of it is the mind. Yeah. So you got to get your mind right, A lot of people think negatively. Yeah. The negative thoughts are, I can't. I hate when people start sentences with I can't. There's nothing that you can't do. Right. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Now, it might take a little more effort than you're used to, but if you take
probably some prayer too.
Huh?
I said some prayer too.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You got to, get up and do something for you. Because you, again, I keep saying you because that's where it starts, with you. I can't do it for you, you can't do it for me, but you can do it for you.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that.
Everyone could do it for themselves, you know. And a lot of people sometimes say, and I usually don't care about what people say, but a lot of people say that, you know, if you think all about yourself all the time, you're selfish, you're arrogant, you're this or that. Well, no, I'm not. I'm actually selfless, because if I make myself better, I can be better for you, or you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not quick to anger.
Yeah.
You know, I don't snap. I breathe before I react. You know, someone comes to me in an attacking way. If I respond that way, you know, it's going to escalate.
Right.
But if I respond calmly, I can diffuse that situation, and now get to the bottom of what the real issue is.
Yeah.
Because if I'm yelling and you're yelling,
nothing's gonna get
you know,
done. And
you don't hear me, I don't hear you.
Yeah, I love the point of like you gotta move, right? Because if you don't move it, you'll lose it.
Yeah.
So like at the event, we have a seniors pavilion as well, and they'll be doing some of the healthy chair exercises. We'll have some yoga.
Yeah.
And then like even to your point of I can't walk a 5K. First off, you don't even know what a 5K is. Tell me how long a 5K is.
Well,
how far
you guys think it's 5 miles.
Well, exactly. So you never know what you really could walk. Those brothers walked 5 miles thinking they was walking a 5K.
Yeah.
So we've even broke it in which if you make 1 lap, that's half.
Yeah.
So that's 1.5 miles. Do half if you can't do a full 5K. But like you said, do something.
And do what you can. There's no judgment zone.
Absolutely.
No judgment zone. You go and do what you can and come back and get checked out. You know what I mean? Join the festivities.
Stay around for a while.
I saw a video that you guys had. Was it a line dance or something that was being done?
Oh, yeah, that's also in the Seniors Pavilion. Yeah. So the Seniors Pavilion will be so live, might I add, right? Because we know what the seniors mean. Not only to the community, but those are, you know, some of the individuals we want to also stay around a lot longer, right? So we even moved to calling that our legacy lounge, right? Okay. Because our seniors are our legacy. Exactly. And they got to continue to pour it down into us.
Yeah, I appreciate that since I'm in that category.
You're a legend. That's all, you're a legend.
So you know, like I said, you can't do the 5K, the whole 5K. You walk a couple of blocks, come back over there and do some line dancing. By the time you finish, you already did a 5K.
You got an Apple Watch, you check your steps. You had a great day with your health screenings. Listen, you came in a lot better in which you,
exactly.
you leaving out a lot better in which you came in.
Exactly, and that's the whole goal, you know, be positive movement. You know, and you talked about movement. In one of my podcasts, I had a holistic practitioner and a fitness coach. And the fitness coach, he came up with a phrase, and that's what we titled the podcast. Motion is lotion.
Okay.
That's like,
what's his name?
His name is Malcolm Merritt.
Malcolm Merritt. I'm gonna quote him twice. Then it's mine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm Malcolm Merritt. I'm gonna quote him twice. You got 2 quotes out of me.
Yeah.
After that, I don't know who told. It was a wise man that told me what it was.
Yes, exactly. So motion is lotion. I was like, wow, that was pretty good. And that's true though.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's true because, you know, the more you move, the more you know your body gets in tune, and you know some of those aches and pains will go away.
And a lot of that also, when you're talking about holistic healing, a lot of that goes with what you said, what you put in your body.
Yes.
Right? So all of these different things kind of align up to, you know, create, you know, all of the social determinants of health. And when you know, as many of those are healthy as possible, that's where we'll see the life expectancy kind of increase.
And then if you could find, like you said, this event is going to be a fun event. It's like a fun way to go to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
So if you find movement and you find fun, happy movement where you don't feel like you're exercising, but you are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're still moving.
Exactly.
You know, and that's kind of how, for lack of better terms, we got to trick some people.
Yeah.
Right? We tell them it's going to be the most fun you have.
Yeah,
We're going to have you up moving, line dancing. Even if you walked through and talked to all the vendors, right? If you probably had put a substantial amount of movement into that day.
Exactly, yeah. Well, but then we got to move them beyond the day, though, and move them into a practice or behavior.
Absolutely.
Make it a habit.
Yeah.
So that's where the health and wellness aspect of what I'm doing is going to hopefully move people into moving, because I want people to act. And you have to take responsibility for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, even to that point where I've been doing all of these health and wellness days, the Black Men Wellness Days, and I would only walk. So I've started running.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, so pretty much every week for the last, not all year, but a good portion of the year.
Yeah.
Been running like 10 miles a week, just in preparation for whatever 5Ks.
Yeah.
But I can't push 5Ks and I can't run a 5K. So
That's the truth.
Been getting it in.
Well, I always say walk, run.
Oh no, it is a walk run.
Yeah, so
But I'll be promoting both. So I got to be able to do both.
Exactly. Yeah. See, I'm a character, so what I do, I might run a bit, but then I find somebody to talk to.
I ain't mad at you there, because you know the leading reason for Black men going to the doctors, women, our sisters. They dragging us by the ear.
Exactly.
They making sure that we are trying to take it as serious as they take it. So, like you said earlier, it's the spaces for the Black man and his family. That would include his mom, his spouse, his daughter, as well.
Right. Yeah. Because that is our driving force. You know, the women in our lives, they push us forward or hold us back.
In some cases, yeah, for sure.
No, but in all seriousness, though, they are our advocates.
Yeah.
You know, they advocate for us to actually do the right thing, and and we should take some, take their lead. Follow them, because if you think about it, breast cancer awareness month, that is huge. I mean, there's a commercial every 5 minutes. There's everything's pink.
Everything's pink. You're gonna see it on from things you see walking to on TV.
Exactly.
On sports, you're gonna see it on the jerseys, whether it's the colorways. You're gonna see all kind of pins on everything, lapels. But it is one of the biggest things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, they know the ropes. They've already traveled the road. So why not go with them?
Yeah.
Why not go with them?
Like
Why not take some of their advice? Why not? Why be stubborn? Because, and then the other thing about us too, though, is now we don't take care of ourselves. We're in pain. They're coming to you lovingly, asking you how you're doing. Now you're biting their heads off because they ask you, how are you feeling?
Yep.
Out of care and concern. But instead, because you're in so much pain, you just wanted to leave you alone.
Yeah.
And you take out everything on the person that's closest to you.
Yep.
And which again we need to stop doing. So that's again we're going back to mental. So if you get your mentality right, what's this term that they keep using? Intelligent, something intelligent.
Emotionally
intelligent. Yeah. So that's what we got to get to. We got to get to emotional intelligence.
That's a tough place to get to for men, for magnitude of reasons. But women achieve that because they've been taught that since they were yay high. They've been taught it's okay to kind of cry, express your emotions, go on and feel those different things. Where we were told to suck it up. Boys don't cry, men don't cry.
Absolutely.
Move forward. All of these different things, and that suppressed the feelings instead of us building that emotional intelligence.
Right.
At an earlier age. So men got to unlearn before they can even learn that portion.
That's true, but again, I go back to, if you take the time to know you, and you take the time to sort of think about everything that's going on, everything that comes at you, and just take time to learn, understand, think about it. Why did I react that way? What could I have done differently? Just ask yourself questions. And in doing that, that'll take you to a place of intelligence. You'll be in tune and check your emotions. Yeah, we tell boys don't cry. But that's a mistake, and I think we have to unlearn that as parents too. But you got to show your emotions. You have them. I mean, we sit back and we think when God took Adam's rib and gave it to Eve and made Eve, all the emotions was in that one rib.
Nah.
Yeah, you got them too.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, okay, yeah, he took that rib, but he took all the emotions too.
Yeah.
Don't believe the hype.
No way.
Yeah, you have them, you're just suppressing them.
Yeah.
And I always say, look in the mirror. If you could look in that mirror and that man looking back at you, you could look at him and nod your head and say, yeah, you're doing the right thing by him, you're fine. But most men look in that mirror and have to look away. Why do you have to look away from your reflection?
That's tough. Yeah. I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah, but that's the goal. I mean, self-affirmation. There's so many things and tools that we could use. And yeah, it's a lie that boys don't cry. Yeah, they cry.
Yeah.
That shit hurt.
Yeah. For sure.
They do. And that's not, and it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
You have emotions, things happen. But now, I think if you have the right partner, you could express anything you want, and she'll be able to, work with you or walk you through it, or you could talk through it, or be your sounding board. Because sometimes you just want to talk. You don't need any answer, anyone to analyze what you're thinking. You just want to get stuff off.
Yeah.
And she needs to understand you and be in a place where you tell her these things, and she knows, to keep it within.
Yeah.
Your confide. Don't go tell your girlfriend.
I was about to say, I think I'm gonna speak for some people, but I think we're looking for that still. I don't know. I mean, raise your hand if you got it. But
Yeah.
my hands down.
But I tend to think that if she can't do that, is that truly the person for you? And we see what we see and what we see and what we want and what we desire, and then we go after that. But yeah, I always say, I see a female I like, I walk over and I'll talk to her. But she has the goods that attracted me to make me walk over. Now she has to have the intelligence to keep me there.
Yeah.
Because I could talk to you and in 5 minutes I know that ain't the one.
Oh man, you could even do that before the conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm. So if you say women are already emotionally intelligent because they learn it from a young age, I say if they're doing what we just discussed and not being able to keep it within the confines of your home, wherever you are, it's just between the two of you, then she's not emotionally intelligent.
I'm not going to sign up for some clickbait and say that all women are emotionally intelligent. What I will say is they started with an advantage on us.
Okay.
They're a lot more developed in that regard.
I'll give you that.
And I would still probably challenge that women have the ability to be exactly what you said. Mm-hmm. They choose whether or not they want to.
Exactly.
And they choose whether or not who they want to do that for.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Point taken. Point taken.
We meet in the middle, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Point taken. But yeah, it's just, it's kind of difficult out there because it's really different. This is a different age. Social media has changed things so much, so drastically.
Yeah.
So, it's actually kind of taking a turn for the worse. But, but we could use social media to help us with our health as well.
Yeah,
Give us the path of, different things. Don't, if you go to the doctor and get a diagnosis though, don't go Googling the diagnosis because you don't understand what
you're going to think you're dying and you're going to think
Exactly.
you got cancer. Let's get a diagnosis first.
Yes. So don't use Dr. Google. But, back to the event though, I do think that this is a great event. It's going to be a great opportunity for me to bring some people and introduce them to the whole platform. And as I said earlier, I have a state representative joining the podcast next month, and there's a bill in Delaware called HB 302.
Okay.
And that bill is a bill that would give prostate cancer screenings to men of all walks of life.
Is there an age requirement on that?
It is tiered. Anyone with a family history, the age is 41, and and others at age 50, you'll be able to be screened.
Hey, State Rep, if you see this before you come on, my question is, what do we need to do to lower that age at least 5 years to 35, but somewhere between 30 and 35? My question is, what can we do to lower that?
Yeah, that is true, because when my urologist was on, we were talking about the bill as well. Actually, he's who told me about the bill. And he told me that men are coming in with prostate cancer at a much earlier age.
Okay.
I was 55, which was considered young during when I was diagnosed.
Okay.
But he's saying they're much younger now coming in with prostate cancer. So those screenings those age limitations do have to drop.
And did they feel like they caught it early for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, my routine was that every year on my birthday, I would go to my doctor and I'd have a, physical.
Yeah.
And as part of the physical, I would get a PSA test.
Yeah.
And in 2017, my physical, when they did the PSA testing, my numbers came back elevated.
Okay.
And with those elevated numbers, my doctor sent me to urologist, because she was concerned. So the urologist then did a biopsy. And in that biopsy is where he uncovered that I had prostate cancer. That was, that's news that sort of like my jaw just hit the floor, man. And, it's nothing that you want to hear. I'm thinking I got all kinds of things going on in my head. Now, my father also had prostate cancer, and he was 57 when he was diagnosed. But we never, lived together or anything like that. So they did a genealogy study to see if it was hereditary, and it came back that it wasn't hereditary, which I thought was odd because we didn't, we didn't live together. So therefore, how could it not be hereditary? I mean, he was only 2 years older than me when he was diagnosed, so that was odd. But nonetheless, I have my boys. I have them being vigilant to get their screenings done as well.
Absolutely.
And actually, a good thing about it is my youngest son went to his doctor, and they gave him a PSA.
Okay.
So, and
how old is he?
He's 36.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good age. I know we had a state rep, or we have a state rep in PA. State Rep Jordan Harris. His wife died because she couldn't get early testing, and she died in her 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
For breast cancer?
I don't want to misquote.
Okay. Yeah.
But she definitely had something that they attempted to get an early diagnosis for. They were denied, and she ended up. Yeah. So tough situation. That's why my only question is, how do we, for the Black and brown community, how do we get that number lower? Because a lot of times also, Black and brown individuals aren't participating in these studies or participating in these trials to know what the adverse risk could be for medication for our type of people. Know what the different outcomes could be for different medications for our kind of people.
Exactly.
So just how we get that younger.
Yeah. It's great that you said that because after I had my prostatectomy, I went. My levels were elevating again, and they gave me. I went in for radiation, and I got into a clinical trial.
Yeah.
And the clinical trial just gave me a higher dose of radiation and less visits. But I mean, I got involved because these studies need to be given to people like us.
Absolutely.
And so that was a part of my goal, and also it was another selfish reason because I got boys. you know, and they look like me.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
so I want to make sure.
Now we appreciate you for that too, because if you didn't do it, or if the person before you didn't, then who would?
Exactly.
So we appreciate that.
Yep. And then the other thing too, I actually had my radiologist on as well, and he gave me a couple of books. One called Outlive, and the other Super Ager.
Okay.
And in Outlive, they're taking a holistic approach to healthcare, where they're taking genealogy and doing things like that to sort of diagnose and find cures for people on an individual level, as opposed to just, you know, you have a headache, give you an aspirin. I have the same headache, give me an aspirin, and my head is exploding. So it doesn't work. So, and then also, I recently was in South Carolina, and just flipping through the news. I'm telling you, God is entrenched in what I'm doing here, because He's always sending me signs. So I'm in South Carolina, and I'm looking at the news, and what came on the news, they were talking about this study that was going on, where these doctors in North Carolina, Charlotte, took swabs of your mouth and did a DNA test, and was able to prescribe medicine that worked for you. So that's basically what you were talking about. And so they're doing it. Medicine is coming, you know, to you know, finally elevating itself from this cookie cutter, give them this and that'll work.
I love it, and we need it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there was a black woman that was on that went through that study, and she had cancer. I don't remember what cancer it was, but she was on all types of medication. She said in her head that it felt like some of this medicine was counterproductive. Like, you know, she'd take this pill and take that pill, and, you know, it
felt worse.
Yeah, and so yeah, or counterbalance. You know, the interaction wasn't good. You know, wasn't giving her the outcome that she was looking for. So she took this test. They took a lot of that medicine away and gave her some new medicine, and she said she feels 100% better.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm. So medicine is going there. Yeah. Now, it's in North Carolina and in South Carolina, and we're doing it. We're conducting the studies.
Love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're conducting these studies and getting things done, man. So there's nothing we can't do.
Like you said, can't say I can't.
Exactly. I hate that phrase. I can't. Yeah. Yes, you can. Yeah. I'm Obama. Yes, you can.
I don't know if you know it's 2026. So
yeah.
We ain't gonna say too many presidents on here.
Yeah. Yeah. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Just that quote.
Yeah, just that one. We ain't gonna put nobody else on there.
Yeah, man. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, but I mean, it's great. Just the collaboration. I believe we're gonna do a lot of great things together. Your organization and you know, we could sort of collaborate, and I think we could grow. And I talked about the state representative coming in. Another thing I'm going to do, because she's a person of influence, is to see what we can do to sort of bring the 5K here, and hopefully with your organization in mind, to drive it home.
And that's how we got started in Philly. State Representative Sharif Street, that's going for Congress right now, made us gave a donation for us to do a Men's Wellness Day. And then from there, he's been our honorary chair the last 4 years, and kind of pushing that initiative. So that's kind of like the prime person to escort the services in, and then we kind of just hit the ground running.
Yeah. And I've worked with Christianity Care a bit, so try to work with them, see what we could do. Now Christianity Care does a 5K for Prostate Cancer Awareness Month in September, so I'm going to plug in with them too. Try to.
I would love to invite them down to Philly, see if they can come put their eyes on the event as we look to bring it out here.
Okay, the marketing person that I was talking to, she has since retired, but I have a couple other contacts that I'll reach out to and see what we could figure out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anybody else you think that would be a good idea? Would love to have them come in. We host them for the June 6th event, and just kind of show them what is coming down the pipe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just spoke to a guy, so I can't really say what kind of input or impact he could have, but he actually works at Penn now.
Okay.
So, medical Penn Hospital in Philly. So he's in the mental health space as well, which is great.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. So, yeah. So any final thoughts for the audience?
No real final thoughts. I know you touch on a lot of mental wellness just in the work that you do. So for anybody that's listening, struggling with stuff like that, it's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to stay that way.
Yes.
So talk to somebody, find some help, but just find an outlet, because we don't want you to stay in those different places. And then, like we've been mentioning, the first Saturday in June, we will be having our 5th annual Black Men's Wellness Day for Philadelphia, where we have a goal of conducting 5,000 free biometric health screenings. We're looking forward to opening the doors to upwards of 10,000 individuals, free food, free fun. David Banner will be performing. He'll be there live doing autographs, all kind of great things. We have something for every part of the family. We have a youth pavilion led by Nike. We'll have the 76ers also participating. We'll have a female or women's pavilion. We'll have a LGBTQ plus pavilion. We'll have a military pavilion. Whatever sub-pocket you feel like you identify with, we've tried to include that in the event. So June 6th, Black Men's Wellness Day, we are gearing up and ready.
Great. Remember, if you don't take time for your wellness, you'll be forced to take time for your illness. What a glorious day. Take a moment to breathe. I'm Renard. Peace.